Greetings everyone, it's your friendly neighborhood space pirate back again with yet another out-of-box review. For your viewing pleasure today, we have the Bandai 1/72 scale TIE Advance as seen in Star Wars Episode 4 A New Hope. Before we get going on with the review, I'm trying something a bit different with my filming. This should work for a lot of the smaller kits like the Gundam and some of the Gundam kits, as well as a lot of the Star Wars kits are in a similar format. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Well, let's get on with this. Okay, first of all, we have our box, standard Bandai Star Wars. All this box art's really nice. I got half of mine when I build the kit to frame all the box art. I mean, it's pretty simple, but it does the trick and it looks classy. But, okay. And then here's the side. Like somebody else said, it's going to be very hard to get used to seeing Disney on anything Star Wars. Some front cockpit, front details. And for those of you who find it useful, there is your information panel that you find on just about every one of about all of Bandai's kits, especially, all the recent Bandai kits. I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied. But for those of you who need it, there it is. Alright. Okay, here's your instruction manual. Basic fold out. This isn't a very complicated kit, so Bandai didn't do a booklet this time. Really simple, easy to understand, easy to follow instructions. There's your color guide. I do believe there's a color guide on here. But not much else to say about them. Okay, next we'll take a look at the decals. These here are your, I'm not sure which of these is water slide, but there's your decals. I don't know how well these are coming out. May have too much light. These look like detailing. And there's your Imperial symbols, I do believe. And these look like the exact same thing. Could be wrong, but there's your decals. First off is your stand. Ain't a whole lot to say about it other than the fact this is really nicely detailed. It's supposed to look like part of the surface of the Death Star. I kind of wish it was a bit bigger. I know they made it small because this is a small kit. And at least over in Japan, they don't have a lot of room. A lot of apartments and places do not have a lot of room So they made the small stand. And it's just, there ain't a whole lot to say about it. I would love to see Bandai release some more of these stands, or at least parts to go with them. So like a part with some of the gun towers that you see in episode 4 during the trench run. Because I would love to do a really cool version of the trench run with this and a couple of the regular TIE fighters and a couple of X-Wings and the Y-Wing. But, you know, maybe we can figure something out if some third party will come out with something. Okay, bear with me one moment. Kind of got my parts out of order from the way I wanted to do it. Okay, here's your fuselage. Here's the top, the bottom. Right in here, you can see where the front, I call it a windshield's going to go. Then here's your top and bottom of your rear part of Vader's fighter. And these here go on the inside of the solar panels. I call them solar panels. I don't know what they actually are, but we're going with that. But these will fit on the inside, as you'll see when I show you those in a minute. Okay, this next sprue is going to be interior pieces, detailed pieces, and hatches and windshield frame. There's your top hatch. As you can tell, they've made arrangements to put a clear piece in, and I'll show you that here in just a moment. So if you do decide to paint this, this is going to be really easy to do. I think, I'm not quite sure what this is. There's cockpit details. And there's the, really I'm not sure. I guess this is more cockpit details. Not sure what those are. More detailed parts, I guess. Trying to find the, I've had to shoot this video about 4 or 5 times, and I'm still having trouble locating one on video the blame windshield frame. There it is. No, that's the back windshield. I'm sorry, guys. This has just been one of them days. And I'm trying not to make this video too awful long. There it is. I tell you, if it were a snake, it would have bit me right there. But, you know, as you can tell, all you got to do is spray this, then put the window part in, and then there you go. You know, they really thought about those who may want to paint these kits with this one. Unlike some other people we may know. Some other companies we may know. Okay. Here is your solar panels, or whatever you want to call them. I know somebody down in the comments will tell me what they are, but I'm going with solar panels. Really nicely detailed. They've got the correct detailing on them. It looks to be. There's your front and your top hatch glass. What is this here? Oh, it's just information. Bandai's known for this type of molding. They've been doing this since the early 90s, if I'm not mistaken. I think I've still got Gundam kits from that time. The Gundam F91 stuff in particular had it. But this is where that Sorry, guys. This is where that part I was mentioning earlier goes. But really nicely detailed. I mean, if you wanted to just snap this thing together and not paint it, you really wouldn't have to, I don't guess. I mean, because but I'll get to that when I get done with the review. Okay. And here is you some beam parts, beam effect parts. This is something else Bandai's known for. A lot of the Gundams come with Gundam kits come with beam sabers or what have you, and Bandai puts these parts in so at least it looks like it's shooting lasers or it's the beam part is activated. These will go on the front to make it look like Vader's shooting at somebody. You know, if you make a light and make these look like they're actually lit up or whatever. And last but not least, here he is, Lord Vader himself, sitting and standing. Very nicely detailed. I don't think these do not appear to be painted. So if you're going to do any paint, if you are picky about that, this will probably be where you have to paint. And yes, Vader does have some other than black detail on him. You probably wouldn't notice it so much with him sitting in the cockpit, so you might not even have to touch that figure unless you're just a stickler. But, well, that is about it for this review, except for my conclusion. This is a great kit. I mean, I don't have the fine molds to compare it to, but I know Bad Grindle and a few other people have done comparisons, and these kits blow even the fine mold stuff away. And I like fine molds. I love their aircraft kits. I've got quite a few of them. But if you're looking for a really good Darth Vader's TIE Fighter, TIE Advance, whatever you want to call it, and you don't want to particularly spend money for resin, you don't mind something a little smaller, then this is your ticket. This is a very nice kit. It can be had for a reasonable price on eBay, despite what Disney, the injunction Disney put against the Japanese companies selling them to the Japanese and American companies selling them to the people who want them. But you can still get them all over eBay. You know, obviously, it's going to be mostly people from overseas and China and Japan, individuals selling them. But you can still have a good price. I mean, I picked up a pair of these for $48 shipped from Japan, actually. So, and it's well worth it. If you have any comments or questions, just let me know below in the comments section, or you can contact me on my Google Plus page, or if you're a member over at SciFiModelAction.com, you can reach me over there at SpacePirate197X. Until next time, the Force is with you. May the Force be with you always.